Good afternoon, everybody. It is June 26th, I believe. Just got up here to the North Farm. Been down south for a while. I was going to do a crop tour video with you guys down south, but it's been so stinking windy, like 60-kilometer winds down there for the past few days, and you would never be able to hear a word that I said anyway. So I'm like, well, we're just going to have to wait till we can get a calm day. Anyways, up here, beautifully calm. Just a gentle breeze. You can hear the birds singing. We are in our lentil field that we seeded. We got a few lentils up here again because, you know, we're a sucker for punishment. They look awesome. These are red lentils, by the way. There was a ladybug right here somewhere. I don't know where it went. Looks like I've already sprayed this for grassies once, but it was super early when I did. And by the look of this, we're going to be spraying for grassies 2 times. Don't worry, it's relatively cheap to spray for grassies when you're in a lentil or a canola or something like that. Probably only going to run you around $5 an acre. So, yes, these lentils are in canola stubble. And they look great. So, this isn't really lentil growing country, in case you are new to the channel. I just like to dabble a little bit with lentils. They've been paying off for me here these last few years. One of these years, they will not. I'm hoping it's not this year. Just like every year I grow them, I'm hoping this isn't going to be the year where they're not going to get any stress and they're going to get too much rain and they're just going to grow, be basically like alfalfa, and they're never going to set a pot. But speaking of rain update. As you can tell, the soil is still very damp. Got about half an inch. Some places up to 3/4 of an inch. Some places up to an inch, I guess. But this got about a half an inch because we have a weather station right close. And there's supposed to be like another inch and a half coming again here in a couple days. Now, we don't really need that other inch and a half, I don't think, yet. But, you know, we don't want to turn away rain either. Speaking of rain, we are in dire need of rain again. Can't believe I have to say this. Again in the South Farm, at the South Farm. I hear somebody coming here, hold on. I only say that because I parked my vehicle right in the middle of the road. Crops back home are looking awesome, the best they've ever looked for years. But we have a princess crop coming, you guys. And what I mean by a princess crop is there's a lot of foliage. It's a beautiful, lush looking crop, which we would do videos if it was in 60K winds. But they've been having lots of rain. As you know, we've been sitting right around that 5-6 inches of total rainfall through the growing season thus far down south. And crops look awesome. But the downside is they haven't put down any roots. They're princess crops. They are literal princess crops. They've never had a struggle a day in their life. And all of a sudden, you know, the temperature came out of the 15s, which is quite cool. Went to 28, one day went to 32. But that darn wind blowing 40, 50, 60 kilometers, all that foliage is taking a lot of moisture to upkeep, and they never set any root. All that early Durham did not set any root. So the downside is it's burning now. It's burning up on the hilltops. It's burning the bottom leaves off. It's actually turning it blue. It's a kind of a sick looking blue, and that's the first sign that it's heat stressed. But anyways, on an up note, all of our late seeded Durham, it's quite small yet, it's setting root because, you know, it's a little bit warmer and it's setting root. So most times our early seeded crop always out yields the late seeded crop, but if you have a princess crop, typically the late seeded crop will always out yield your early seeded crop. And that's just completely depends. You don't know what's going to be. You never know. Every year is different. So here we are. So that's the update back home. I will do some more videos back home when we get back there. when the wind goes down, but it's beautiful. I love just walking in the crop. A few little broadleafs. These are Clearfield tolerant. I already did spray Clearfield, but this is all new growth again. This is a weed carcass, obviously. This is all fresh growth again. Our lentils are pretty much staging out, or dang near staging out. And you can't really apply it twice anyway, so it is what it is. Not that I have a sprayer up here anyway. North sprayer's back south to help. We just finished our herbicide back home. Now we're going into fungicide and foliar of the lentils. Remember, the lentils and the chickpeas, they actually like the heat. They need a little bit of stress. It's our Princess Durham that doesn't like it. Oh man, and then we're gonna be going into chickpeas fungicide application number 2. To grow chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, they require a lot of fungicide due to Astachyta blight, which is basically Astachyta blight to chickpeas, you guys, is like paper to fire. You'll clean out a chickpea crop so dang fast. You got to make sure you're always on it, checking it every 3 days, because you don't want to lose your crop. Which I guess we'll do some videos when we start going back into our chickpea fungicides, and we'll talk about fungicide, chemical rotations, group rotations, timing, disease, all that fun stuff. But right now, I'm going to go and walk some more lentils, and I will see you guys at the wheat. I'll see you guys at the wheat. All right, here's some wheat. These here are some tracks when I pulled up with the drill to come out this approach. Compaction, real thing. This is my check strip. It's not really, it's had a hose popped out, apparently. Actually, I was having trouble with those openers moving around. I think I told you guys that. So I still had a seed hose there, but it was probably going about 5 inches deep. Looks pretty good to me. Zoom in a little bit here. What's going on with this guy? He got chewed on or something? A little wind whip maybe? Got to be some wind whip. Yeah. This rain that came through, maybe it came with... Actually, there might have been a little hail in it. But probably came with a pretty good wind. Mosquitoes are bad up here. Holy cow. So this is wheat. The Durham's looking pretty good too. Definitely whipped them. A little bit of disease down here on the bottom. We did put a fungicide in when we did our herbicide. So as long as it just stays down there, it's no big deal. You just want to keep all the new leaves nice and clean, which so far they are. If it keeps raining and it stays 90% humidity like it seems like it is out here right now, because it keeps raining, which is a great thing, then we might have to do another fungicide at flag. But I would rather not if I don't have to. I'd rather just hold off until I'm heading for Fusarium. But I guess we got to keep an eye on it. Look at this. I perfectly planned this, you guys, so that way I can walk here. Oh, man. No, this looks good. I'm happy with it. Let's go find some Durham. All right, we're at the Durham. This is that ducks line. This is the first field seeded. We'll just walk in off this headland a little ways. Looks really dark green. It looks awesome. Maybe my shadow's going to be in the way here. Looking for any leaf disease. Look okay. This also got about a ½ inch of rain. Man, is there mosquitoes out here. Holy cow. This looks awesome, you guys. So, we did run out of time. And we got everything rolled. Wheat in the Durham. Except for one Durham field and one wheat field. Just happened to work out that those were some pretty wet fields. And it was picking up on the roller and pulling out the plants. And we just couldn't get it done. So hoping the stuff doesn't go down, because rolling is just a preventative measure. Sorry, holy cow, words are hard. In case this stuff lodges, then I can safely put my header in flex mode and pick it all up. We don't want it to lodge. That is not our goal. It will probably cut yield off if it lodges. We don't want that, but I also don't want to destroy a combine if it does. Last year, it lodged in some areas. The wheat did for sure. Durham was just in the low spots, kind of lodged down. But I guess time will tell. All right, guys. That's I have no idea who that is, but they're awfully friendly. Hello! Hello! I missed them. All right, see you guys later. Adios, amigos.